The story starts off with Kazuya, the protagonist, bragging about his girlfriend, just that he doesn't quite tell us the whole story about that. Heading onto his smartphone and looking up the Rent-A-Girlfriend application, he gets a girl. Upon meeting her, he is mind blown by what he's seeing in front of his eyes. The girl, being super pretty, is also great at dealing with strangers, but Kazuya has some past trauma dealing with girls, and that ends up making him outburst the second time he orders her using the app, ending up in the hospital because his grandmother collapsed. The two go there and have to confess to being in a relationship. Just when they are thinking of walking out of this lie, Kazuya runs into Mizuhara the next day at school. A lot of us imagine stuff to go completely bonkers, and the moment these two ran into each other, I know. But Mizuhara only ends up dragging Kazuya in the file storage room, strictly telling him how no one should come to know about the whole rental girlfriend thing. Kazuya agrees, of course, and the two end up going their own ways. The next day, we find out that the two are neighbors. Agreeing to visit Kazuya's grandmother as a couple, the two are returning home when they run into Kazuya's friends and have to go drinking with them. But Mami is there, and the two girls end up going at each other after Mami goes a little too far with her words. Mizuhara leaves, but Kazuya is there all gloomy. Mami approaches Kazuya and offers him help. She even goes off to ask him if he wants to come to her place, to which Kazuya's excitement knows no bounds. Turns out she is just jealous of Kazuya having a girlfriend and wants them to break up ASAP. The confused Kazuya returns to his apartment and waits for Mizuhara. He apologizes and Mizuhara makes sure she is the nicest girl in the world to him. Now Kazuya has to go on a trip to the beach with the boys, and Mami and her friends are there too. Kazuya tells everyone that Mizuhara isn't there, but she's on a trip with her friends herself. The two run into each other, and the now Ishonase transforms into Mizuhara and accompanies Kazuya. Meanwhile, Mami is at it again and ends up seducing Kazuya, going for a kiss. After that unexpected situation, Mami apologizes, saying that she could no longer control herself. Kazuya and Mami return and start talking to everyone. Kazuya then stands up and tells everyone how he and Mizuhara are about to break up soon. This makes Kibe, his childhood friend, angry, and they start fighting each other. Soon after, Kibe meets up with Mizuhara and hands her 2 tickets for them to talk things through. Kazuya is eavesdropping on the whole exchange, and Mizuhara agrees to go along with it. Now Mizuhara is feeling sick, and just when Kazuya receives a phone call by Mami to meet her at the hotel pool, Mizuhara falls off the ship and Kazuya jumps to save her. After finally saving the drowning Mizuhara, we see the two lying close to each other. Just that one is unconscious and the other isn't. Mizuhara is overwhelmed by the fact that Kazuya saved her life and tries her best to resuscitate him using CPR and all that stuff. Kazuya comes back to life and Mizuhara has to rest in a nearby hospital for some time. Later, Kazuya's family plans a trip to Gunma to celebrate Grandma getting discharged from the hospital, but Kazuya is at an utter disarray when he comes to find out that Mizuhara's grandma is there as well, and the granny duo have, in fact, set the two up. The two have to share a room together, getting all their money's worth while Kazuya acts like a total dolt. As the two are about to sleep in the same room, Kazuya ends up asking Mizuhara whether she'll be okay with him renting her out, all while thinking that she's fast asleep. Mizuhara agrees, and the two play the couple role on campus. Kuri, Kazuya's friend, invites the two on a double date, and with free climbing being the main course, it's only natural that Kazuya isn't the brightest one in the room there. But Kuri's girlfriend confronts Mizuhara, asking her if she's a rental girlfriend, to which she neither agrees nor disagrees. Just when Kazuya walks Kari and his girlfriend, he rushes to have a chat with Ruka. This just ends up adding fuel to the fire instead of doing himself any benefit. Afterwards, Ruka is heading home, but Kazuya keeps chasing her. She promises that she won't tell anyone about the two, but she doesn't believe her, and in an attempt of saving the girl falling to her death, Kazuya ends up getting super intimate with Ruka. The next day, Kazuya is confronted by Ruka in college, who wants him to hug her, hold her close, and all that. Ruki sees the two together, and Ruka admits to him renting her the other day, to which Kuri just flees the scene in no time. Ruka then shows up outside Kazuya's apartment and wants him to go out with her. Kazuya turns her down, given how the situation has been with Kuri, but she starts crying on the pavement and Mizuhara advises him to go out with Ruka. Going out with Ruka is a hassle without a doubt. Kazuya gets a taste of it soon enough, and with a flurry of texts and dates that he has to answer, the guy would surely not be getting a break. Christmas Eve is here, and seeing Mizuhara with another pretty boy has Kazuya as jealous as one can get. So, as expected, he stalks them and overhears quite a bit of their conversation. Finally, when it appears that they're about to seal it with a kiss, he interrupts them by falling awkwardly and comes to know that Mizuhara is an actress and Umi is a classmate. Mizuhara then gives Kazuya a Christmas present and it starts snowing. Kazuya sure is on cloud 9 after having received that present, but reality breaks that bubble soon enough for the daydreamer once he scrolls through Mizuhara's reviews on the app. Ruka isn't giving up one bit, and now finally crashing the family's New Year's get-together, the girl is as serious as it gets. She even manages to take the grandma away to tell her the truth, but seeing her love for Mizuhara, she isn't able to spill the beans. But she is adamant, and her love for Kazuya is pure, so she won't quit trying. Afterwards, Ruka sure stayed true to her word, since choosing the karaoke booth where Kazuya works is the best way for them to get close to each other. As Kazuya is amidst all this, he remembers Kuri and wants to make her feel better. He rents Mizuhara for him, and they go to the amusement park, making him know how he was renting her girlfriend as well. After the date is over, Kazuya is called by Mizuhara and the two have a conversation about her wanting to rent a new girl using the application. Having helped him countless of times in the past, Kazuya agrees. Mizuhara tells Kazuya the name of the girl, and with her being anything like the beauty queen Chizuru Mizuhara that we know, things are going to be awkward for sure. It's finally the day that Kazuya and Sumi go on the date together. Sumi is super shy and finds it super hard to talk in front of strangers, but being a cute girl inside out, working on her shyness through this gig would only help her in the long run. But while the two are out together, they run into Mami, and Mami, being the jealous girl she is, gets a little too bothered by the whole situation in front of her. She looks Sumi online, and when she turns out to be a rental girlfriend, things start adding up. Next thing we see that Mizuhara's newest client is, in fact, the Mami we know. With Mami having booked Mizuhara, things are sure to take a turn for the worst here. But fate brings the two to the karaoke place where Kazuya is working, making him see the two and eavesdrop like there's no tomorrow. Mami has no intentions of telling anyone about her rental girlfriend gig, but when they're done, Mizuhara asks her about Kazuya and the exchange doesn't go well between them. Kazuya is hearing all of this and thanks her later that night, even mustering up the courage to tell her that it's you that I want. But he ends up getting cold feet soon after and adds the whole rental thing in. Let's see what Season 2 has to offer coming out in July 2022. If you enjoyed this anime recap, be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications, as well as check out my other anime recaps. See you next time.